Volunteer MBC recently held an event aimed at thanking all of the organization's dedicated volunteer staff and all volunteers throughout the region. The nonprofit group, which began back in September of 2008, is run by a number of volunteers who work to promote and support volunteerism throughout Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. Through a variety of programs and services, Volunteer MBC connects individuals of all ages who are interested in volunteering to community service organizations who are looking for volunteers to help out. This is quite a large task for an organization run solely by a volunteer staff, so to mark International Volunteer Appreciation Day, the organization held this event to thank all of their caring staff members and other volunteers that help out throughout the region.
Volunteer MBC is an organization which serves Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. We're the volunteer center that contributes to an abundance of volunteers in the Peel region. We provide referral services, we connect volunteers and match them to various opportunities, and we do outreach in the community to promote volunteerism as really a service and as a community support.
Today is actually, we're celebrating International Volunteer Day. It's a very special day for us. We usually have it as a holiday open house event to celebrate the volunteers across the region of Peel, including our own volunteers at Volunteer MBC, because we're a fairly small staff team, but together with 330 somewhat volunteers, we're able to put on an event like this today and have volunteers that help us out throughout the year. We also are recognizing all the very special people across the region of Peel. On a yearly basis, we actually refer over 31,000 volunteers to volunteer opportunities in the community.
The evening was complete with great food, drinks, and music for all of Volunteer MBC's volunteers. A silent auction was also held in an effort to raise funds for the organization. One of the many Volunteer MBC staff members who was being thanked at the event told me why he volunteers and why he believes volunteerism is so important, not only at Volunteer MBC, but at all nonprofit organizations throughout Canada.
I am a landed immigrant. This is my 6th year in Canada, and I am always glad that I chose to be a volunteer. And I chose to be volunteer because of Volunteer MBC, because initially I was looking for new friends. I was looking for doing things in Canadian way. I was looking for a job and beyond that. So through volunteer work, I discovered many things, and then I decided to stick with it. And then I realized that the value it brings to one's own life and community at large. So I decided to stick with volunteerism, and now I'm volunteer ambassador. I'm one of the board member at Volunteer MBC. And my job as a volunteer is to promote volunteerism in the community. It is also important that we value the core Canadian value. I always say this, that is volunteer work. And there would not be this harmonious society and the community without volunteers. So it is key to a very cohesive and a very friendly environment.
For more information on today's event or to get involved with Volunteer MBC yourself, go to volunteermbc.org. In Brampton, I'm Rocca for Rogers TV.